More breaking news. The Senate Intelligence Committee has just announced that the former FBI Director James Comey has agreed to testify in public. We're hearing that this hearing will be scheduled sometime after Memorial Day. A press release just issued by the Senate Intelligence Committee quotes Senator Richard Burr, the chairman of the committee, Senator Mark Warner, the vice chairman of the committee, as saying that Comey committed to testify in open session before the committee. The press release saying the committee will schedule the open hearing after Memorial Day. A statement from Senator Burr. The committee looks forward to receiving testimony from the former director on his role in the development of the intelligence community assessment on Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. elections, and I am hopeful that he will clarify for the American people recent events that have been broadly reported in the media. That statement from Burr. Senator Warner added this: I hope that former Director Comey's testimony will help answer some of the questions that have arisen since Director Comey was so suddenly dismissed by the president. I also expect that Director Comey will be able to shed light on issues critical to this committee's investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election. Stand by. Jeffrey Toobin is still with us. Jeffrey, the legal impact potentially of this testimony from Comey before the Senate Intelligence Committee could be enormous.
Yes, and you can be sure that James Comey, before he agreed to testify, went to his long and dear friend Robert Mueller and said, look, do you want me to hold off because you're just starting your investigation? And presumably Mueller gave him the green light and said, look, your testimony is what your testimony is going to be. The documents are what they are. They're not going to change. And you can go ahead and testify. So, you know, this is obviously going to be a very key moment, both in the investigation and in the Trump presidency. And I think a lot of people are going to want to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure we will have live coverage. I can guarantee you of that.
You didn't have to check with the brass to know whether we would.
No, I can predict that.
Have live coverage.
I think we can. I've been working here at CNN for 27 years. I predict we will have live coverage of that hearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee. This announcement also follows the report that we had right at the top of the hour, Jeffrey, that White House lawyers are now beginning some research about impeachment, although they think that's a distant possibility. But you think it's smart lawyering?
It is. I mean, lawyers are paid to be nervous, and lawyers are paid to, confront worst-case scenarios. And I do think we need to be rational here and, recognize that impeachment is a remote possibility. But, 120 days into Donald Trump's presidency, is it something that he would like? That it's even a remote possibility, that we're even discussing it? I think that's an indication of how things are going. But whether he will actually be impeached or there will be impeachment proceedings, I do think it is still a very remote possibility.